Welcome to the studio. I'm so excited you're here. We are on an epic adventure, 100 days of collage. Yes, it's a heap and we're learning lots, we're having fun, and there's so much to show you. So jump on in and join me, and I know you're going to love this. How exciting, collage number 4. See, we're on a roll. Now remember, you can go at your own pace. Don't stress out about trying to keep up with my pace, and I may not get all of the collages done each week. The theme may roll over into a second week, just so you know. So yesterday, after I finished my collages in my fabulous black art journal, I printed out some image transfers because I love making image transfers. And now I have some glorious doors image transfers. There's this one printed up beautiful on the Payne's Grey, and of course I had to pull a gold one on the black tissue because yes, I do love me a bit of drama. They turned out really well. There's this one on the deep matter color, and then of course look at this beautiful one on the black tissue. And just because I didn't want to keep printing out the same thing, I tried copper on the black, and look how glorious that looks. Yes, in fact, I loved it so much I had to do it twice. So we're going to use one of these glorious image transfers in our collage today. But which one? Do we want to go really dramatic, or do we just want to be less dramatic? Yeah, I don't know. I'm liking this one. I do like this one on the Payne's Grey, and if I went with this one, we could probably add some of these fabulous papers that are already printed. They look really good. That would work so well, but we can't have two of the same. That would just never do. So this is an option. This is definitely an option, but I do rather like me a bit of drama. You know that about me. I'm thinking I really want to use this one, and then I'll have a look through my scrap bag and find some bits that could go with that. I mean, that's really dramatic. And do we want two doors like that? I mean, that's a little boring because it's two same. But, you know, I like these colors and tones. I did, however, print out another image transfer right before I finished. I printed this one out. Now, this photo was one I took of my little treasure when we were in Sydney, and this particular door with the 64 is at the oldest part of Sydney. It's down at the Rocks. I took a photo with my friend sitting like this exactly something like 30 years ago when I was in Sydney. I went to art college and we were roaming around the city being all creative and taking photos, and she was in this exact spot, same pose. I can't believe it. With this door, it was just fascinating. So I took one with my daughter, and that was just fun moment. Now, if you're struggling with your image transfers, I have a whole playlist. Go on and find that and have a look. The most important thing is your print copy. It must be a laser print. And depending on where you get it from, you should try different office shops to find a print that actually works, because it is a challenge. If you're printing it yourself with your own laser printer, you will have problems. You will have to print that copy through 2 or 3 times to make it work. Anyway, like I said, I have a whole playlist all about image transfers because I am obsessed with image transfers. So I'm thinking maybe we could go with that one because it's a little different. Even those colors would work, because I don't want same. No, that'd be boring. And I'm going to go with, of course, the most dramatic one that I printed on this side, and that one on that side. So this is going to be collage 4, and this is collage 5. You see how it's working for me? So this is just my standard art journal, yay, that I've used many times before. It's a fabulous size. I think it's 10 by 8. It's one of the Dilutions creative art journals. I like it because it's got very thick pages, like for mixed media, and it takes all my loving. So that is, yeah, 8.5 by 11. Yeah, 10 by 8-ish. It's a great size. You can do a whole like beautiful page spread on one side. And I love it because it's sturdy. It handles what I throw at it. and it works really well. If you want to know exactly what I'm using, there'll be a link in the description under the video for all of the art materials. Well, maybe not all of them, but you know, most of them. Some of them. There'll also be some discount codes for my digital collage papers, the stencils that I use from PM Artist Studio, and the papers I love from Taperology. So have a look there. Everybody's got a discount code, and you want to use that if you want to get some more fabulous art supplies. So I'm going with this on that side and that on that side. And now I just have to make up my mind what I want to go with these fabulous image transfers. Okay, so this time I saved you all the agony of my indecision because really I could have gone in 200 different ways. I have so many beautiful, magnificent jelly prints that I would love to use, but I narrowed it down because it can just be annoying if you're watching me not be able to decide which one to use. Yay! So I've got it narrowed down to a few different pieces, but I'm really not sure until I stick them on and start moving in that direction how I exactly want it to be. And that's okay. That's how this process works. Now, the thing with tissue, you do have to be a little bit more gentle, maybe paying a little bit more attention to get it on without ripping it to shreds. Yay, that wasn't a bad effort. I love using white tissue because it goes transparent when you put it on. Although I've just started playing around with this black tissue and man, it's so dramatic. Look at it. That's why I like it. Printing it straight onto black tissue is easy, it's quick, it's instant. Yes, all the things I love. And it has a great impact. Right, that's pretty good. You just got to be a little bit gentle. Now, this is just cheap tissue from the dollar store. It's not special. It's not archival. It's not fancy in any way. It's like $1 for a packet. Now, I usually like to put baking paper under my page so it doesn't stick, but I ran out. My mum stole it. She put it in the kitchen and she used it to make stuff. Oh man, I'm like, where's my baking paper? She's like, oh, I used it for the cooking. I'm like, stink. What am I supposed to do now? Why would you use baking paper for cooking? How about we add some of this? I'm thinking down here. Not sure exactly how these ideas will go, like I said, until I put them on. But I'm thinking something like that, but I don't want it that sharp. Clearly, I've cut something out of it. Can you guess what I would have cut out of this piece? It was a circle. I don't know, man. Why would she use the baking paper to cook with? Now my pages are sticking. Anyway, I ordered some. It should be coming today with the groceries. Yay! All right, so what do we think? What do we think? Do we like this idea? I don't mind this idea. It's the copper. I'm thinking this could work all right. I'm not sure what I'm going to do after that or where we're going to head next, but let's keep going with this plan. That's a pretty cool idea. Because we've always got the scrap bag or the scrap box, we can always find bits to add to it. And this kind of collage, especially when it's abstract, looks fabulous when you've got the multiple layers. So, you know, just step out, like just launch out. Just stick it on the page and you can fix it as you go along if you don't like it. That's the fun of it. It's that energy of creativity in the moment. And sometimes it doesn't work. Oh, well, boo-hoo. Sometimes it doesn't work for all of us. That's just how it goes. Just stick at it, keep going until you're happy. Now, at the moment, I'm not sure if this is a brilliant idea, but it doesn't matter. Because I'll come up with the next brilliant idea that I might like better. So right now it's got the beautiful messy writing with the copper background and it's working because my image transfer has been pulled in copper. Yay! Now don't get too crazy and try and wipe your tissue because you can't stand it looking messy because it'll tear. And I have done that so many times. Righto, don't touch it. Stop it. Back away from the tissue. Tissue always tears. Now, I'm liking this. This is a PM Artist stencil on a jelly print. I like the way it's all mottled and sprayed and speckled. I'm thinking maybe it might look good at the side because we can't just stick that one door on there and be happy. No, no, no. That would never happen. That'd be way too easy. But I'm thinking, I was tossing up between that one and this one, but I'm leaning towards this one because I might use a second bit. I don't know. I like the mottily sprayed effect. Clearly, I threw everything at the gel print with this one. I like the idea of here or putting it on here. That's kind of cool. I like that it throws the door kind of off center there. You've got these bits of the gate still seen there, but you know what, the whole thing, that's a little boring. So let's put that there, right on that edge. Yeah, that's working. I'm gonna stick that down. And then after that, yeah, not sure. No, hold the phone caller. and we'll come back on that idea. We have to do something with this bottom bit. Oh, what about some gossamer paper, like some black? I know it's dramatic, I know. But, I'm feeling it already. We're only in day 3. I don't even know what day it is. We're up to collage 4 and I'm already getting dramatic. There's no hope. Run, save your life. There's going to be no hope for you at this rate. Right, so I pulled out my scrap bag. It's all looking rather nice. Dramatic, I know, you might hate it, but I'm loving it today. Now, I'm thinking it needs a little something here. Maybe some of the black Agora lace, which I have, which is pretty nice, pretty darn. Some of this might work on it. That's a really beautiful bronze. Oh man, too many decisions. This is pretty nice as well. I'm liking that, but I don't think so because it'll take away from my glorious copper door and its fabulous abstract shapes. That's what I like about the image transfers, is that it makes this glorious abstract shape. So perhaps some of the gossamer paper from my glorious scrap bag. This is a nice little piece. And maybe we'll just put that across there. That'll work. Now, how high do I want it? Do I want it up there? No, I don't. Looks like a skirt. I think I want it right on the edge. And do I want less? And I could trim that off. That would work. Or I could put it like that. I'm still going to have to trim it, but that's okay. Trimming is fine. If I wait till it's dry, it'll be easier. All right, I'm going to put that right there. I was rummaging through this particular pad of glorious and really interesting papers. I think I bought this on Amazon ages ago, like, oh my gosh, so long ago. And I was cutting up the numbers because I like the way these doors have the little numbers on them and they look really cool. So look at my fabulous packet of numbers that I've just cut up. That could work. What do you think? Yeah, I'm liking the numbers. Too big, too big. That's not bad. That could work too. That's a cool color. Or the 70. That could work. Maybe. Baby. That could definitely, maybe. Yep, number 1. Not too big, too big, too big. What else have we got? That's way too big. That's kind of cool with the turquoise. Let's take that off. That works. Or maybe this one, because this one's smaller and it's got a coppery top. Yes, we have a winner. We have a winner. I'm going to put the number there. I'm going to put the gossamer paper there, and that's it. I'm going to leave it alone because I'm really happy with it. I think it's interesting. My image transfer looks fabulous. The copper looks glorious. The stencil's great. These are both one of my favorite stencils. Loving the paper. All right, we're done. We're done. Telling you. Stick a fork in me. I'm done. Actually, when I was traveling with my son, that was a saying that he said. I cracked up laughing so hard. It was so funny. I'd never heard it before. I mean, seriously, that was hilarious. So that's going to go on like that. And then this side, I am definitely using my little treasure for this side because it's such a stark contrast to that dramatic side, we're going to get all pretty with this one. Righto, so I'm going to stick that down, and then I'm going to go and find a background jelly print for this, or maybe some textured paper, something in the blues that's going to work, but it can't overpower the transfer, and it has to be light because otherwise you won't see the detail if I put it on something dark. There's the challenge. It's got to be light enough to see the transfer, but interesting enough to not be boring. All right, I'll go and have a look through my boxes. Okay, now while this side is still drying, I think I've come up with the perfect solution. I went through 300 options. Seriously, it was agonizing, but I think I've finally settled on a plan. So we're going to put this piece down because I love it. I love the texture. I love the shapes of the marks. It was just mark making on the gel plate. I love the color. It's gorgeous. But then if I put the image transfer on by itself, you see how the tissue will go transparent and you won't see the details clear enough. So I'm going to put this piece of paper, which is my white on white print from last year. Hello, that's pretty fun. Again, PM Artist Studio stencil. If I put that on, and then I have to put her head right on that spot, because then it's going to show us her beautiful face the clearest. Look at that. What do you think about that idea? So you see the spots coming through, or the cellular something, I think it's called. You see that coming through. I really like that stencil. And then you also are going to see the scribbly mark making beneath that. So it's got this multiple layer thing. I'm loving this solution. It took me forever. But now I've just got to get it on right so that it's all sitting in the right place to be the right layer. I know, it's always challenging, but you know, it'd be boring if it wasn't challenging. So let's get this background one done down first, and then we'll do the other layers on top. Okay. Now that is a really nice blue, and it sits well with the copper and the black and the bronze. I love the freedom of expression with that mark making. Love mark making. Whole class on Skillshare on mark making because I love it. Now if you want to know, that is called light blue violet. It's a Liquitex basic acrylic, just in case you want to know, and I know someone's going to ask me. So light blue violet, Liquitex blue, love it, 2 bits, looks glorious. So now we've got that down, yay. This layer goes on next under the beautiful little treasure. So we have to put it in the right spot. Can't go messing this up now. Need to focus. It's got to go there. So do we want to make it smaller? Or is it going to be okay? That's where her head has to go, on that big round cell there. And it comes up to, let's go up to the top. I like this bit through here. We can pull off some of this tissue. So I like that. The question is, do we want to make it smaller? No, I don't think we want to make it smaller. I think I really like it the size that it is. All right, well, that was easy. Thanks for that. Just got to make sure I stick it in the right place. Yay! Let's give that a go. All right. Once you get it in place, you kind of want to hold it where you want to glue it. Like if I take it off and then put the glue on, the matte medium, I'm not going to remember where I wanted it. So you kind of got to hold one section while you glue the rest of it, so that you get it in the spot that you want, because it's really annoying when you don't. When you go to all that problem measuring it and then you stick it in the wrong spot. Man, I tell you. But that should be right because I held it at the top while I put on the matte medium, and all should be well. Now I've got to be real careful when I'm trying to place the tissue, because I now have got matte medium on that and it's going to grab really quick. Now the most important part is to line up her face. It doesn't really matter if the rest of it goes crinkly. I just want her face to be right. We've got to get it on that big round cell. I think we're okay. I think we're doing okay, just a little bit higher. Yes! The rest of it is okay if it crinkles. It's always important to get the face right. Everything else can crinkle, but the face, you got to get the face right. Now, I've got my trusty water pen because I might just want to rip off some of the excess tissue, like some of it from here, because then I get to see more of the background. And it tears a lot easier with a little bit of water. You can just use a watercolor brush and some water. This one, yes, hello, dollar shop. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. That's where I got that from. And it was like, I don't know, $2? $2. But like I said, you can just use a watercolor brush. It works the same. But where's the fun in that? So I'm going to pull that off as well from this side so I can see more of my beautiful blue that's underneath. Oops, don't pull off too much, be a little bit more gentle. It does work off pretty easily because it's so wet with the water and the matte medium. Now it's just a matter of fiddling with it until I get it the right shape that I want. See, look how cool that looks. That looks so cool. And the white of the tissue will also go more transparent as it dries. So it should look pretty cool when it's dried. I like this bit of the paint underneath coming through there. That's from, you know, the bit that's over the edge of the gel plate. I know, right? It looks cool. Oh, I think I'm going to pull this bit off. We're embracing our imperfections. That's right. Usually I cut that bit off, but I'm glad I didn't because I really like it. I think it makes a really interesting edge. Just going to tear the straightness of it because I don't want it straight. And it's all very easy to manipulate while it's so wet. I like that. I like the texture of it there. That looks really cool. Righto, so we'll have a look when it dries. And we'll see how well we did, but I think we did okay. The little treasure's face is in the right spot. So, you know, I think we're winning. I like it when we win. Right, so what do you think? I think it's mostly dried. It's a little damp, but it's mostly dried and I'm really happy with it. It's very patterned, maybe. Do you think it's a little too textured, having the cells underneath and then the transfer over the top? I don't know, man. I like it. I personally like it. I like that I got her face right where I wanted it because that looks perfect there. And then the rest of the texture doesn't really matter. She kind of blends into the background. I love this down the bottom here. That looks fabulous. And these look great. It's got a real attitude. And let's face it, she's got attitude. So a little attitude is not a bad thing to have with my beautiful little treasure. I love the free form kind of mark making on the background. Yeah, I think it's successful. I'm really happy. And it was brilliant image transfer, especially for the last one of the day, man. Yeah, we're winning. Okay, looks great. This looks great. I love this. Yes. So intense. And there's the day gone. It's gone. So I'm happy with these. We're up to number 4 and 5 of our first week with our door theme. Yay! It's been fun. I love doors. I know you couldn't tell. I really love the doors. So we've got 2 more collages to do tomorrow. I think I might use the art journal again. Not sure, haven't decided because I still have some more canvases I want to recycle. But we'll see what tomorrow brings. I basically will decide when tomorrow comes. So I hope you're going to join me. Don't forget that there's a playlist. If you've missed any episodes, you'll find it in the playlist. All the information about the art materials will be where? Hello, in the description under the video. So make sure you have a look there. Yay! And show me what you're making on Facebook. Yippee! See you tomorrow.